You guys, it's been a long time since I had two awesome things to make a video for in one day. If you didn't watch my first video today, I talking about the teaser clip that Zack Snyder shares to get us ready for what to expect. We don't know what to expect. It's just gonna be awesome for DC fandom on Saturday, 2 days from now of making this video. Now, all of a sudden, I'm on Instagram and I see something about that Ben Affleck is returning as Batman in the Flashpoint movie. If you guys are familiar with the artist Brian Zapp, he's the one who I saw the caption of his art that he shared, and I was like, wait, what? Also, there was a comment in my last video asking about Batman or Ben Affleck returning, and I was thinking just in a more general sense, and I was like, no, there's been rumors, but I don't think so yet, and blah, blah, blah. Now I go and see this. Vanity Fair is reporting that Ben Affleck is returning as Batman in the Flashpoint movie. Oh my god. I can't believe it. Like, I'm so shocked right now. I'm like, in a good way, in the best way possible. So I'm reading through the article. Andy Muschietti had a lot to say, which the director for the Flashpoint movie. He had a lot to say about bringing Ben Affleck on. According to the article, Ben Affleck was given the script last week and agreed to do it this week. Wow. So many things Andy Muschietti had to say. He describes how he likes the balance between Ben Affleck's Batman being like masculine and also vulnerable at the same time, and that he wants to provide, he wanted to provide a story that can show a good balance in that for Ben Affleck's Batman. Wow, I'm just trying to wrap my brain around all this right now. He also talks about how it was important to bring Ben Affleck's Batman into this movie because, and this is a good point that I never really thought about, but it makes a lot of sense once you look at it from this point of view, that Barry and Bruce share an emotional connection, and that they share this huge amount of, like, this major loss, and they had this pain throughout their life of losing their mom in this horrific way as a child. And I mean, a lot of DC characters have some dark origins, but they probably have some of the darkest ones as far as like the heroes in DC that we're all familiar with. I never really thought about it that way, that they would have this connection from that point of view. And so I think that was a good point that he brought up when talking about it. He also talks about how, he tries not to give too much away here, but we know where it's going. That Bruce, Ben Affleck's Batman, or Bruce, serves as like a baseline for Barry. He's the Batman that he's familiar with before he goes on his adventure, which we know is obviously going to be time travel. It's a Flashpoint movie. That Ben Affleck's Batman that's the Bruce Wayne and Batman that Barry is familiar with, because it wouldn't make sense for him to go to this, what he said, unaltered. This is the unaltered version. This is the timeline that he's living in, right? When he goes back and changes things, obviously there's someone else's Batman. Things are changed, things are different. So he needed to have that baseline or familiarity, hate that word, before experiencing the altered state, the altered timeline that he creates, right? Which also made a lot of sense as well. Why would he care about who Bruce Wayne or Batman is in this other timeline or universe if he didn't have a Batman or a Bruce Wayne in his timeline that he knows, or that we know, Ben Affleck, and how we know it to be. So as far as we know, that Michael Keaton is also going to be in the Flashpoint movie. So, he must be the Batman or Bruce Wayne that, very runs into in the altered timeline. So this is crazy. This is gonna be crazy. Oh my god. Yeah, it's just a lot to wrap your brain around, but in a good way. You know, like, I honestly thought that we would not see Ben Affleck's Batman again, except in Zack Snyder's Justice League next year when we get it. That's like the last time I was expecting to see him again as Batman. I honestly did not expect him to return for any other movies. Like, honestly. Do I want him to? Yes. Was I expecting it? No. Wow, this is so cool. This is awesome, you guys. Oh, Andy Muschietti also was describing that this Flashpoint movie is going to give us this sense of, like, he was saying that, you know, it validates everything that we have seen and will see in the future in this DC universe. So everything exists. You know, we have all these, because it's not going to cancel out, I guess you could say, Robert Pattinson's Batman. That's its own thing. That's its own movie, trilogy, whatever they decide to do with it. But, you know, everything we have seen up until the Flashpoint movie and everything that will come after that, all of it is valid in this DC movie universe, live action universe. Because, as we know with Flashpoint, like, it shows that all these different timelines, universe, all these different versions of characters and stuff can exist. It's totally different from, you know, Marvel and Star Wars and all of those, where everything is very connected, everything's very linear. Even if they do like prequels and stuff like that, it's still all very connected. All these things have to make sense in other movies because it's going to affect this, it's going to affect... No, that's not what this is. Okay? People need to stop projecting all the Marvel and Star Wars, all that kind of stuff. They need to stop projecting that onto the DCEU because it's not that. Yes, Zack Snyder addressed this in his Justice Con interview. Within his movies, things connect, or there's a timeline, or there's things that, yes, we see how, you know, BVS is a direct response to what happened in Man of Steel, you know. So, and now Justice League will tie those things together as well, his version of Justice League. So, within his movies, yes, there are things that are connected, but that doesn't mean every DC live action movie that we get, everything's going to connect to this central plot and this timeline. No. And I'm really glad that Andy Muschietti brought that out, because not everything has to work that way. You know, we can have Robert Pattinson's Batman and enjoy those movies, and we can have, you know, we can also want to see another Ben Affleck Batman movie. We can have Joaquin Phoenix's Joker, and then, you know, have Jared Leto's Joker in Suicide Squad. So it opens the door. There's a lot more opportunities and freedom to have these different versions of, you know, certain characters and stuff like that. So, this is awesome. This is, oh my god, I'm so excited. I can't wait. I'm so excited. Okay, so awesome. 2 cool things to make videos about today. Can't wait for DC fandom. But yeah, let me know your guys' thoughts. I know all the Batfleck fans out there are super excited right now. So thanks for the support. Thanks for watching, and we'll see what continues to come our way these next few days.